Okay.
I was knocked down, heard the countdown through the haze in the face of defeat, yeah. I was ruled out with no bailout on my own, all alone, left to bleed out. But
in order to conversion. Okay. Tubeless conversion. In order to convert tubeless conversion. Tubeless conversion. In order to switch from the tire and the inner tube system into the tire and the rim system without any inner tube, we need a couple of things which are not really that cheap. Once more, this is the rim. There is also a tape around the rim inside. The inner tube is inside and the tire. When switching into the tubeless system, we are keeping the tire, so no cost here. We are getting rid of the inner tube with the valve, so we need the valve. Such a tubeless valve isn't cheap, so we're gonna try to use a valve from the inner tube instead. And then we need the tape which will seal the rim, because the rim has some holes for the nipples. This is the original tape, stance no tube, this is the Cafe Latte. We are going to use the electrical tape, which I've been using in all of my bikes for over a year, and this works perfectly. So this is already tested, and this will be the experiment. And we need also the sealant. There are different sealants I'm using, and we're gonna use the original sealant. This is the tape which only protects the inner tube from being cut in those nipple holes. So we are removing this one, and you may use the original one, which is very good and quite expensive. As for a tape, extremely expensive, but you can also use the electrical tape, which is extremely cheap. Before putting the tape, the electrical tape on the rim, we need to degrease the surface here. Any grooves on your rim will make it more difficult to put the tape on, but actually the electrical tape will be easier to put on these than the stance no tubes tape, because it's more flexible. I learned this in school. This one is more flexible, so you don't want to stretch it too much on the surface of your rim, because it will tend to move inwards, so like to the center of the rim. So remember about that. This is the valve core hole, so I'm gonna overlap the tape here. This is one of the few moments when I don't use my gloves. Pushing in the tape which is already on the rim. You don't want any bubbles. No bubbles. This tape is very easy to glue on this rim. First surface goes towards one wall of the rim, and the other one I will now move more to the other wall.
I'm about to explode. So I've been told that I should fold and give in. I can't win in this game, no.
Watch this. One valve here will cost about, I don't know, $7, maybe more. This one is for free. Not entirely accurate. I'm always wearing the same clothes. Alrighty, this one is from the Canadani channel. I wonder who remembers that. Stas No Tubes valves, $16. DD Suisse, $24. Cushcore, $25. WTB from $13 up to $25 for a pair. That was accurate. This is called upcycling. The question is, will this work? This is a laboratory. This is an experiment. You need to think outside of the box. This valve will probably not seal well on this hole here because it stops here with its flange, I would say. So the rubber won't be squeezed into the surface of the rim. So I'm gonna make the hole a little bit bigger.
I ain't asking for permission, no. I don't have to say I'm sorry. I ain't staying in the background, no. 'Cause I don't need your worry. I'm a movement and I ain't losing.
Now I feel that the diameter of this hole is the right one because it's the rubber now which sits on the rim, and I feel that it's sealed now. There are two walls on this rim. Do not go through the other one, just the first one. The other one must just be like it was, so that the valve core here will be stable, will also be stabilized by this wall. So you are only enlarging that hole. Just remember to cut this core out of your inner tube in such a way so that you will still have quite a lot of the rubber. It will sit nicely and seal nicely into the rim, but the bead of the tire will go nicely between the valve core, its rubber part, and the wall of the rim. Otherwise, you won't be able to push the air and seal the tire. Zamykam ten kramik. Dobra, Pawełku, możesz odpalać kompresorem. Tu wentylek. We did it! This is the tubeless system with the electrical tape instead of the original tape, and with the valve from an old inner tube instead of the original valve. Are we doing this just for fun and it's gonna be useless? No, because this is the wheel set from my training bike, from my Killer 2, actually the Flash F3 Cannondale, and I'm gonna use it. So I have it for free, and this is called upcycling, which I love.